Welcome back to the Book Hall, where we bring the pages of history to life. In this episode, we're diving deeper into The Face of Battle by John Keegan to explore the battlefield of Agincourt. How did the terrain, the English strategy, and French overconfidence shape this legendary clash? Let's find out. As Keegan explains, the battlefield at Agincourt was a narrow strip of muddy farmland, flanked by dense forests on either side. This terrain forced the French into a tight formation, making it difficult for them to maneuver. For the English, this was their greatest advantage, a chance to level the playing field against a far larger force. The recent rains had turned the battlefield into a swamp, with thick, sticky mud that clung to boots and hooves. For the French knights clad in heavy plate armor, this terrain was a nightmare. As Keegan writes, terrain is not just a backdrop to battle, it shapes every move, every decision, every life lost. Henry V knew his army was outnumbered, but he had a secret weapon, the English longbow. The French army was massive, with over 30,000 men compared to the English 6,000. These archers could fire 10 arrows a minute, raining death on the enemy from a distance. Keegan describes the longbow as a psychological force, breaking the spirit of the enemy before the fight even began. Their knights were the pride of Europe, clad in shining armor and mounted on powerful war horses. But as Keegan points out, overconfidence can be a commander's greatest weakness. The English archers took their positions and began firing. The sky filled with arrows raining down on the French forces. The French knights, trapped in their heavy armor, were easy targets. The mud slowed them down, making them sitting ducks. Keegan describes the scene as chaos and carnage, a slaughterhouse of men and horses. But the battle was far from over. The French still had numbers on their side, and they weren't about to give up. Despite the devastating arrow volleys, the French weren't ready to retreat. They regrouped and prepared to charge again, determined to crush the English forces. What happens next will shock you. Stay tuned for the next episode. Famous saying from Keegan: discipline is the difference between victory and defeat, even in the face of unimaginable horror. Next time, the French charge falters. What happens when knights meet mud? Follow us to see the chaos unfold. That's it for today's episode of the Book Hall. If you enjoyed this journey through the face of battle, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historic tales from the pages of great books. What happens next? You'll have to wait and see. Until then, keep exploring history with us.